Hello there, channel members, friends, and followers from around the world. This is Q8 Pilot, your host for tonight's show. And today, ladies and gentlemen, we are in Prague, the capital city of the Czech Republic. And we are going to be doing a real-world route aboard Brussels airline service from Prague to Brussels. And I'm very pleased to kind of showcase this airport, which was provided to me courtesy of our friends at Airsoft. So they actually said we just like to give you this airport to take a look at and maybe showcase here on the channel. So thank you very much to Airsoft. The airport we're looking at is that of Tailstrike Designs. Tailstrike, I think this is the first time I hear about them. But before we delve into the details of this airport, I want to welcome all of you guys to this live stream, and I want to begin by thanking Mr. Johnny Franklin for becoming a VVIP member here at the Q8 Pilot channel. And I also want to welcome Rand, my very dear friend. Welcome aboard. Thanks for being here, Rand, and thank you for your support throughout. Thank you very much. I really, truly appreciate it. Sakata, welcome aboard, my friend. Good morning to you. Philip, hello, my friend. Welcome aboard. Glad to have you with us this evening. And yeah, let's go ahead and get started. So, the airport, I've tested this airport without frame generation, and it is actually better on performance than the Orbex version. So there is an Orbex version of this airport as well. And we're going to kind of begin by just taking a look here. Just go to the current weather is snowy here at Prague. So you can see all the rooftops and the taxi. We can change this, of course, but I just want to show you this. Maybe we'll switch to to no weather or non-real weather. But let's begin by taking a look at those detailed terminals here. Look at that. You've got animated passengers, and you've got all the details here, all the signage inside the airport with the departure and arrival screens. You've got the vending machines here. A really very nice rendition of the airport with some very nice touches there to kind of, give it the realistic ambience, as you can see here. Again, very, very nicely done airport by Tailstrike Designs. We're going to head over here to, again, look at the nice buildings there. Very, very nicely done, really, by Tailstrike Designs. An aircraft departing there. And again, the parking area is done quite well. You know what, guys? Let me just very quickly change the weather, because I want you guys to see this airport, see just how well the textures are, and kind of when there is ice conditions, when the snowy conditions, things kind of get a little, they don't look as good. So I just want you to see the beautiful work that they've done on the texturing here and all the details. I can see the parking area again modeled right here. All right, and we're gonna go to the main terminal, and we're gonna enter the main terminal here, so you guys also can just look at the beautiful texturing and the PBR materials. And this is the entrance here to the terminal, as you can see here, Prague, and you've got all the signage there and all the ads around the airport. Let's take a look here. The ticketing area, fully modeled, again, as you can see here. Nicely done. Now, I quite honestly, guys, I don't care much about the interiors, but since they've, given me a copy to showcase, I'm going to show you the interiors. I don't really mind if the airport was without interiors, as long as the main buildings are there. So I'm going to go to the control tower. Let's show you the control. Look at the parking area there. Looks pretty nice. Nicely done. And you've got the control tower as well, with all the screens. And you can also see the notes there and the iPads. And then we can go down here. And again, another ticketing area here in this terminal. Okay, nicely done. You can see the roof there. Very, very nicely done. And we can move to the next terminal right here. And now you can see the passenger area here again at this part of the airport. There you go. Again, very nicely done from the interior perspective. And this is my favorite part here, when you can just look at all the aircraft parked at the gate. Now, the airport during nighttime also looks very nice, I must say. So let me change the time to show you what the airport looks like during nighttime. Let's go here, and I'm going to change the time here. There you go. And just take a look at the beautiful lighting all over this airport. You can see it on the gates. You can see it on the main terminal. And you can see it here in the area surrounding the airport. I particularly like those lights here on the parking area. Look at those. Those are really done very well. And it is really a very well developed airport. Optimized for performance, again, very, very nicely done. And you can see the illumination from the building interiors, which I think is also done quite well. And really overall a very nice airport. And if you are interested in this scenery, you can type exclamation DEP for departure, and you'll be able to get the basically the link to the airport at the Aerosoft website. Again, very nice night lighting to really enjoy this airport. You can see the taxi lights and all the signage, the airport clutter on this side, and right there. Right, let me just show you the terminal area here, the gate area during nighttime as well. Again, you see the illumination, the light reflection on the ground is done quite well. And this is again what things look like from, from the gate perspective, or from the aircraft perspective parked at the gate. There you can see here, very nicely done. And the interiors, by the way, are also illuminated during nighttime, so you can also see that, and that looks very nice indeed. Yeah, nice airport. Overall, a very well developed airport, a very nice rendition of Prague Airport in the Czech Republic. And today, ladies and gentlemen, we are flying Brussels airline. And I'm going to change the time now. We're not going to fly in real time because it's going to be really dark. So we're going to make it at about 1:43. And we're going to turn on real-time weather. And yeah, so that's the airport for you. And we are flying to Brussels. And the airport that we're flying to today, folks, is Mega Airport Brussels. Again, by Aerosoft, one of the most detailed and well-developed airports for Microsoft Flight Simulator, one of the most realistic airport environment that you can get in the sim. So we are in our beautiful Fenix aircraft, the Airbus A320 at stand 14 Alpha, and what we're going to do is we're going to use the VDG-S today here. We're going to use it. Of course, this airport is fully capable with the VDG-S by Aerosoft. So we're going to select, I think this is Pier B, and that's 14A. And then we're going to come here, and we're going to select the flight plan. We are heading today to Echo Bravo Bravo Romeo, and the time is going to be 1800. So we'll say just 1845, just to give ourselves some time. All right, and confirm. And this is the available slots at, or the available stands at Brussels once we arrive. So we're going to say just apron 2. We'll select north. We'll select 206R. Hopefully I'll remember that when we arrive. 206 right. And now we're good. All right. So now what you see in the VDGS, you will see the time to the departure, and it's showing us where we're going. So we're going to Brussels, obviously. And this is the departure time, 1845. The stand is 14A, and the time in UTC, which is really cool. I really like that a lot. It's a nice touch to the airport. Want to welcome all of you guys. Just joined us here on the stream. We have with us Gulf Coast. Welcome aboard, Bobby. Welcome aboard, my friend. Mark, hello, my friend. Welcome aboard. And we've got with us also Bobby. Hello, Bobby. Welcome. Matthew, welcome aboard. Chicago Skyhawk, Aero Knowledge. Welcome, guys, and thanks for being here this evening. All right, let's get things set up for our flight. So I'm going to head over here to the electronic flight bag, and we're going to go to My Flight. And let's re-import this from SimBrief. Re-import, yes, re-import. And it says your plan has a off block time of 6 hours. All right, that's fine. That's okay. All right. And we can come to the ground elements. Everything looks good to me here. We're going to mass and balance. And we're going to say load aircraft. And we're going to say instant. And we're going to say dismiss. Perfect. We are then going to head over here to the overhead panel. And we're going to turn on battery 1, battery 2. We are going to turn the external power. Cruise supply is on. Ground control is on. The ADIRs are set to nav mode. And the data is set to STS with the system set to number 1. 9 minutes until alignment. And we can also arm the emergency light. Passenger fasten seatbelt signs and non-smoking signs are on. We're going to turn on our fuel pumps as well. And we're now going to ask a GSX to board the passengers. So we're going to say request boarding.
Boarding requested.
All right, excellent. So now we're going to get our passengers on board. And if we look at the outside, you can see all the equipment. And this is a heavy gate, so it will not use the jetway. It will use the stairs for some reason at this specific location. And we have FSLTL. It has received an update earlier today. So this is the latest version, again, of FSLTL that we're using today for our flight. And once we are airborne, I'm going to talk to you guys a little bit about the latest review stream I've done on Explain and some of the comments that I've received. I just kind of share with you guys. All right, so we're going to say both. All right. So now we have everyone coming to the aircraft, and we can now prepare the MCDU. Perfect. We're going to go to the ATSU AOC menu, and from here we're going to select Flight Init, and we're going to say Initialize Data Request, and that is going to populate the information here. All right, so we are Brussels 2812. Departing Lima Kilo Papa Romeo, destination Brussels Echo Bravo Bravo Romeo, and the alternate is Schiphol Airport, and everything here looks good. Perfect. We're going to go to the init page and request init, or init request, initialization request, and that should bring up all the data to the M.2. All right, as you can see, the from and to, so that's the departure and arrival. I can imagine comments on XP12. Yeah, Rand, absolutely. How is the Fenix performance versus PMDG? PMDG is much better. Much better. It is far better than the Fenix. All right, so we are going to go to our friendly SimToolkit Pro, and we're going to say Fly Now, and we're going to go to the operational flight plan. And we're going to say always on top. We'll bring that here so that we can copy the information easily. BEL 2812. That's our flight number today. BEL 2812. And let's just move a little notch up here so you guys can see properly. All right, that's good. Flight and the cost index today is 5. And the cruise altitude is 38,000 feet. All right.
Boarding starting.
All right. Iris init. Align on reference and confirm the alignment. Perfect. Now we're going to go to the next page. Return. and go to the next page, and we'll copy our performance data from the electronic flight bag. As you can see, we have the zero fuel 58.5, so 58.5, and the let's see here, 28.8, so slash 28.8, and we enter that here. Fuel planning, and the total fuel today for our flight is going to be 5.8 kilograms. So that's 5,800. So 5.8, and we entered that here. Perfect, and everything is good. Side stick fold, calibrate null zones. Not sure what that is, but okay. All right, so we've got that here. We're going to say clear, clear, and clear that as well. We're going to go to our flight plan. We're going to select our departure. The departure today is going to be out of runway 24. So that's our departing runway 24 through the Balt 5 Alpha. That's the Balt 5 Alpha, and insert that. Excellent. And we're going to go to Brussels and select our arrival. The arrival today is going to be runway 25 right through the Bati 5 Alpha. So we're going to select 25 right, ILS 25, ILS 25 right. Excellent. Through the Bati 5 Alpha. That is the one there. Excellent. No transition, and insert. And we're going to make sure there are no discontinuities in our flight plan, which doesn't seem like this is the center fix for 25 right, the final fix for 25 right, and then 25 right at Brussels. Perfect. The initial approach platform, or the initial approach altitude, is 2,000 feet at Brussels. So we are good there, and now we can go to the performance. All right, let's put this away here for a minute, and let's come over here and look at our performance. So basically, we have a runway. Actually, I'm not sure if it's wet, but I'm just going to select dry. We're going to sync the load sheet. We're going to select the packs on for departure, sync the live weather here, and select calculate, and that will give us 130, 140, 140. So that's 130 and 140 and 140. I hope you guys have your Christmas gifts ready, and you're ready for the holiday season. Just so the t-shirt and the merch store, love it. We have with us Scuffer. Hello, my friend. Welcome aboard. Welcome to the Q8 Pilot channel. Thanks for being a subscriber. All right, and if we look here at the flaps, 1 down 0.1. All right, 1 and down 0.1. Excellent. And the flex temperature is 52. All right, so 52 is set here. Excellent. Let's go ahead and start the APU, shall we? And let's go here, and we're going to start just in time as the passengers start to load the aircraft, to board the aircraft. APU is now starting. Excellent. And everything in terms of the MCDU is really set. Let's go ahead and set our altitude to 38,000 feet. 38,000 is now set. And we're going to set the altimeter as well. 1006 is set. Baggage is loading. Passengers are loading. Let's take a look at the outside real quick. And here, as you can see, the passengers are boarding the aircraft. Very nice scenery, and the weather. Look at the clouds in MSFS. It looks just fantastic. Yeah. Alright, so the passengers are still boarding the aircraft. and the APU is starting. HD Simulations, welcome aboard, my friend. Well, thank you very much, sir, for stopping by. And for the like, I truly appreciate it. Thank you. Very kind of you. Alright, so passengers are loading, and it looks like we have an alignment now. And everything is in tip-top shape. Perfect. Right, let's see what is the... Why is it not liking... Let's see here. Let's go to the settings. Alright, there's nothing there. Alright, that's for landing. So I'm not sure why we're getting the I'm not sure why we're getting this left side stick fault. Calibrate null zones. Strange. Alright. Alright, let's see. Alright, we have the APU bleed now running, and now we can turn off the external power. Right, external power is off, and everything else is looking pretty good. Alright, we're going to come here to the electronic flight bag once more, and we're going to go to the ground services. And from ground services, we're going to remove the GPU, and we're going to remove the chocks. Everything else should be handled automatically by GSX once the boarding is complete. Alright, we're still on time for departure, and in the meantime we can go here and ooh, here are our passengers. Yeah, in fact what we can do is we can go to the walk around mode of FS Realistic, and we can take a look at this beautiful rendition by Fenix simulations of the Airbus A320. We can look at the engines there, and we can take a look at the landing gear. Look at that. Very, very nice indeed. And kind of do the inspection here, make sure there are no leaks, and everything is in tip-top shape. Excellent. Looking good. And the wing looks alright to me. And let's check out the engine on this side. Look at the resolution. Beautiful. And everything is looking good, and let's check the front, the nose gear, and make sure also there are no leaks and that everything is in tip-top shape, which it is. And the walk around is now complete by the first officer, and we'll hop back into the cockpit. Just do a flight control check, and if this is fine, then clear from the ECAM. Well, yeah, I think the flight control is okay, so we can do full up, full down, left and right. Alright, let's go to the ECAM and remove the errors. So we're gonna go to the MCD menu, go to maintenance, and go to failures. Let's see here. Doors, ground service, where is it? MCD menu, is it in config? So under maintenance, Failures, maintenance. Hello there, Carl. Childers is in the house, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome aboard, my friend. Thanks very much for being here. All right. So we are looking good here, and looks like, let's see how many passengers remain. Looks like that has cleared. Perfect. Do we have all the passengers on board? Thank you very much, Carl. Very kind of you, sir. Right, looks like still passengers are low. The weather, it seems to be getting worse. We have a few more passengers to load to board the aircraft still, but hopefully that's the last passenger bus, and we should be on our way shortly. We could, by the way, just use restart GSX, but that wouldn't be fun now, would it? Alright, 38 more passengers to board, and we'll be on our way. Let's set this to... so we're going to do nose to the left today. And, yeah. Everything else is looking good here. Alignment is done, and everything is ready to go. Now, a lot of folks have been asking me to do another performance video for Sim Update 11, and I'm kind of very hesitant to do that just because of the specs I have. And the minute people see the specs, you know, they will just disregard whatever I say. So I probably won't do that. I probably won't do a full settings guide anymore. I think there are plenty. It's just the YouTube is just flooded with settings video, and some of them are actually good. Some of them are completely useless, and just people don't know what they're talking about, really. And they just go and, you know, they search for, you know, for example, how to eliminate stutters, and they go and do things without really testing them, and they make videos on, you know, do this and do that and turn this off and turn that off without really knowing what those things do. And that's not, you know, that's not something that I, you know, that I would do unless I test something properly and, you know, make sure 100% that it works. At least for me, I know that it might work for, you know, a few out there, but if it doesn't work for me, then, you know, how could I make a video? Anyway, I'll reserve that topic for some other flight. There's a lot to say there. All right, boarding is complete, ladies and gentlemen, and we are going to turn on our beacon light in preparation for pushback and engine start. And also, in the meantime, I'm going to come to this tower, and I'm going to tune to ground. We'll tune to clearance. All right. Perfect. All right. Why isn't the radio... All right. Let me just make sure. I was adding this for you guys here. So let's see. Nearest facilities. Ah, we're not getting anything. Strange. All right. Well, I guess we're not going to get the FTC chatter. All right. That's okay. All right. We are ready to go. Let's make sure our doors, looks like all the doors are now closed and we're ready for pushback. So we are going to go to GSX and we're going to select prepare for pushback and departure. And departure clearance is requested. Ice warning. Do you request the de-ice treatment? Yeah, why not? Let's do ice treatment. Absolutely.
The vehicles are coming now.
Yeah, let's see the de-icing there. Should be fun. And I'm not sure why I get this issue. And I verified that it's got nothing to do with my internet connectivity, and many people are actually having this issue where, you know, you get those patches, and once we move away, it starts going away, as you can see here. I really am not sure why that happens, but it happens only in payware airports. Now you see how this all goes away? Yeah, I'm not sure why, honestly. But yeah, let's wait for the, let's do some de-icing there and have fun just watching the de-ice trucks. I hope they come soon. We're not going to wait for them all day. Here they are. There's a couple of them there coming. And we're just going to set the aircraft, let's see, right there. Alright guys, give me a second. Alright, so here are the de-icing trucks.
Confirm aircraft is ready for treatment.
Alright, we'll take fluid type A. 50%.
We begin treatment now and observe. Fluid type 1, concentration at 50%. I will call you back when ready.
Alright, perfect. Thank you very much, Rand, for your kind words. Appreciate it. Now, this effect is actually done quite well by GSX. If you look at that, the simulation of the ice treatment, in my view, is done very, very well. I just love this animation here. Just look at that. And even from a close distance, it looks fantastic. Look at that. The way they spray it, the animation is done very, very well. It looks very believable, I must say. I do like it a lot. Very nice. Now what this means, folks, is that the engine start will be delayed until the aircraft pushback is complete. So, alright. De-icing trucks are now...
De-icing and anti-icing completed. Anti-icing code is fluid type 1, concentration at 50%.
Excellent.
Good day.
Alright, we are through with the de-icing now and ready to push back out of our position. Hopefully we'll get better weather at Brussels.
Due to icing conditions, please stand by for engine start until push completed and brakes set.
All right. Roger that.
Hello, Captain. We're ready for pushback.
All right, we're ready for a pushback. We have used the treatment to make sure there are no ice formation on the aircraft wings in preparation for our departure here and our short hop to Brussels. And the gear pins are being locked into position now. And yeah.
Departure check completed. Bypass pin inserted.
Perfect. And by the way, we can see the traffic now. So FSLTL will show, once you have the TCAS on, you'll be able to see the traffic, which is pretty cool. Is there any news on any builds updating their aircraft for XP12 compatibility? Yes. So all right. So we're gonna push the nose to the left. So the A300 is going to be made compatible with X-Plane 12. I do not have any information as to the timeline, but they did confirm that it's going to be made available. They'll bring compatibility to their A300. I'm not sure about the rest of the fleet, but definitely the A300 is coming to X-Plane 12. All right. So we are being...
Release parking brakes.
All right, parking brake released.
Commencing push. Due to icing conditions, please stand by for engine start until push completed and brakes set.
All right, so we're going to wait for the pushback to complete before we start our engines. And yeah, look at that. Very, very nice indeed. Nice airport, without a doubt. Again, the airport, folks, is by Tailstrike Designs. A very detailed rendition of Prague Airport, which is the capital city of the Czech Republic. I'm very glad that the clouds are not that dense tonight, so that you guys can actually enjoy the scenery. I'm not sure about the weather. We'll check the weather at Brussels once we're airborne. But yeah, I think it looks pretty nice. There is a bit of heavy clouds right there, but that's opposite to our direction of flight today, so we're good there. Hello, Lilo25. Welcome aboard, my friend. Any news about the weather radar for the Fenix?
Set parking brakes.
No, not that I know of. Right, parking brake set.
Confirmation for good engine start.
All right, we can go ahead and start our engines now. The engine mode selector to start, and we're going to start with engine number 2. And engine number 2 is now starting. And we'll wait for engine number 2 to start, and then we'll dismiss the ground services, and then we'll begin our taxi to runway 24 for departure. All right, we can see the engine now spooling. Perfect. And here's the wing view for you guys. I love the wings of the Airbus. Very nice rendition by Fenix. All right, waiting for good engine start. Let's go ahead and see if we get... All right, confirm good engine start.
We have a good engine start. You can disconnect.
All right.
Unlocking gear.
Perfect. Right, we are disconnecting. And we have a good start on the engine number 2. Let's go ahead and start engine number 1. And we're going to set the brake, auto brake to maximum. Speed brake is armed. Flaps 1 and 0.1 down. So that's about right there.
Tow truck disconnected. Bypass pin removed.
And we have
Left is clear.
engine number
Right is
1
clear.
now spooling. And we have the ground equipment clear. All right, full up, full down, full left, full right, pedal, full left, full right, neutral, and the before taxi checklist is complete once we turn on our runway turn off lights, nose light to taxi, and we can now turn engine mode selector goes to, let me just take a quick look here, 18.5. Yeah, I think we're good to go. All right, engine is available. So engine mode selector back to normal. And we're going to turn off the APU bleed, APU master, and we are ready to taxi to the runway. Perfect. We're going to start our clock And we're going to just adjust our view here. Parking brake is released, and off we go. Jesus looks pretty sweet. It definitely does. Bill Barrett, welcome aboard, my friend. Hello there, German. Good evening to you, my friend, and thank you for your support being a VVIP member here at the Q8 Pilot channel. I very much appreciate your support, sir. Thank you very much. All right, let's take a look here. We're going to go just a little to the taxiway there, and we're going to make a right turn and head over to runway 244 for departure. Right, here we go. That's the taxiway ahead of us. Actually, let's go this way. There we go. Perfect. Guys, look at this beautiful view from the passenger window here. Brilliant. And you can see the snow here covering parts of the grass, which again, I think in Microsoft Flight Simulator, I think that is done very well. The representation of seasons, snowy conditions, I think it's done quite well. Very, very immersive indeed. Yeah, it does look very nice indeed. Beautiful airport by Tailstrike Designs. And definitely the capability of the sim from the weather representation perspective is second to none. All right, everything's good. Cabin is ready, and we are ready to go. We're going to make the turn here towards runway 24 for departure. It's just to not get carried away with the speed. Now for completeness, this will not work, but we're going to go ahead and turn on the weather system. Right, here we go. That should work. All right, perfect. Excellent. I really like this airport a lot. I think it's done quite well. And very, very detailed. Alrighty. We are ready to go here, so we're going to stop at the hold short point for runway 24. Blasmic X, welcome aboard, my friend, and thank you very much for being here and for being a member of the channel. I thought the Tailstrike A320 after watching your videos, and I'm loving it. It is an incredible aircraft, really. The Tailstrike is excellent. All right, landing lights are on, and the nose light to taxi. Wing lights are on, the strobes are on, and we are cleared for takeoff. Right, here we go. A final look at Prague before we depart. Look at this. Look at the snow covering parts of the grass. That is just looks absolutely gorgeous. Right, that's our runway, folks. Runway 24. I love the runway contours as well. I think they're also done well. All right, here we go. And let's go to 50% of N1. Engines are stable. Parking brake released. Manflex, SRS, and runway. You know, every time I say Manflex, SRS, and runway, I remember Matt Davis. Alright, here we go. B1. Rotate. Positive rate of climb. Gears going up. Look at that view. Wow. This looks very stunning, guys. I love it. Right. Thrust climb is set. Let's start accelerating. So I'm going to pitch the nose down a little bit here and allow the aircraft to accelerate a little bit. Right, we can disarm the speed brakes. Leave the flaps for a little while. Continue our climb. Look at that. Transition altitude. Barrel reference set to standard on both sides. Right, let's pitch down a little bit here, and so we can get our flaps up. Right, about 200 knots. All right, speed check, flaps up, and autopilot 1 is engaged. There we go, and we continue now our climb. Need to add auto throttle is blue to that call out. Thanks, Bill Barrett. Appreciate it, my friend. Mark Pierce, hello, my friend. Welcome aboard. I'm doing very well, Mark. I hope you are the same, my friend. Mogo, hello, my friend. Sim Nation, welcome aboard, my friend. Glad to have you guys with us this evening. And we just departed Prague from the capital city of the Czech Republic, heading to Brussels, Belgium. And our final cruise altitude today is 38,000 feet. Looking good. 900,000, approaching 10,000 feet. Let's go ahead and kill the landing lights. And runway turn off flight, nose lights, and the wing lights. And let's go ahead and release the passengers and cabin crew. Brilliant. We can see there's another aircraft, a couple of them right there from the contrails. One of the things that FSLTL, I think, brings to the sim is the I think it does bring an extra level of realism and immersion by really, you know, adding very realistic AI traffic into the sim from Radar 24, Flight Radar 24, which I think is a brilliant addition. I think they've done a really good job with it. And the brilliant thing is that it's totally free of charge. Here's another wing view for you guys. And on the other side, there was a bit of a freeze there. Look at that view. Normally, by the way, guys, with FSLTL, what I've noticed is when new aircrafts are being loaded, the sim might freeze for a little while. You get those pauses, and especially when you have a lot of IFR traffic loaded. I think I have about 100 or 80 or 100, I'm not sure. But yeah, normally you do, when things start popping up, you can see them now here. We can see one here and one far in the distance. But look at those beautiful clouds here as we make our turn. Very nice indeed. Osama Mohammed, hello my friend, welcome aboard. Glad to have you with us, and thank you, sir, for your support, being a member here at the channel. I know the specs, I want the price. You want the price. All right, so the price of so if I remove the monitor and all the other information, it's very hard for, let me think here a little bit. Okay, because I got a brand new monitor as well as a keyboard and a mouse set, and those were actually not cheap. But if I'm to remove all of that and give you the price of just the PC, it's probably about $10,000. That's what it cost for the PC itself. Cumin Geometry Dash says, "Are you from the U.S.?" Yeah, well, kind of, sort of. I think I'm half blood. No. Well, I consider myself that way. No, I'm from Kuwait. Geometry Dash. I am a Kuwaiti national. I was born, raised, and educated for the most part in Kuwait. But I've done my college years in the U.S. I'm a graduate of California State University at Fresno, and I've spent about 10 years of my life in the U.S. of A., and specifically in California. Right, look at that, guys. Look at that view of the clouds, and it's just really fantastic looking scene. All right, we're going to switch this to about 80. That's the top of climb right there. So we are 2438, another 18,000 feet for our cruise altitude, and we're doing good. Let's take a look at the outside real quick. And very, very nice terrain in this part of the world. Yeah. I'm good, my friend. I saw your system on Instagram. What a beast of a system. One to be proud of. Yeah. I'm actually very happy with the new build, I must say. It's just really... I don't have to worry about see, the good thing is I don't have to worry about, you know, settings and, you know, tweak this and tweak that. It just runs, and I've made sure that everything I learned about building PCs was done when this PC was built, to make sure that, you know, the temps are in the safe zones for the graphics card, for the CPU. So yeah, so I think I'm pretty happy with the build overall. I think it does the job, and I think it's going to serve me for a very long time. So yeah, I'm quite happy with it. Do you have your pilot training? No, I'm not a real world pilot. Kuwait and US, absolutely. Thanks, Rand. Appreciate it, my friend. So, here's an interesting thing I wanted to share with you guys on the latest review stream that I've done on X-Plane. Now, I've had a couple of comments, which I don't know how to classify, but the gist of them is that one of the comments was, I was expecting a review and I sat here watching 2 hours of ads. Ads of what? Was my response. And quite frankly, I don't understand what is wrong with some people. I mean, I bought my copy of X-Plane, so I am under no pressure to say anything I don't like. One of the comments was, are you afraid to hurt Austin Myers' feelings? And, you know, you're just saying it's gorgeous, 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 and there is nothing gorgeous about it unless we were in 2015. Now, whatever is gorgeous to me may not be gorgeous to, for example, any one of you guys, and that is perfectly okay. The term gorgeous, or what looks good to me, is very relative. And, you know, what appeals to me and what appeals to someone else can be very different. I could see something blue and some other person comes saying, no, it's not blue, it's purple. And that is okay. There is no need to, you know, to be so hateful. Another comment was that, you know, that because I love the platform so much, I'm only showing the pros and not showing the cons. Or stressing the pros, not showing the cons. And my response to that was, I just actually was showing what, you know, the stream is out there for you guys to see. It would have been an ad if I was not showing anything and just speaking about the sim, but I'm showing you guys and I'm reporting what I see. And if you don't like it, that's okay. And if you want to voice your opinion, that's also okay. Just don't make it personal. You know, and I was actually harsh. I kind of felt guilty about my reply to this guy. I kind of felt guilty about it because I was harsh, and my reply to him was that, you know, what's gorgeous to me may not be gorgeous to you, but he actually went in his comment. There was a trail of comments, and part of it was, so this was an ad, don't call it a review. And I told him, you may not like X-Plane 12, that's okay. Maybe you resent the platform, that's also okay. But you are not entitled to tell me what to call the video that I made. It's my right to call it whatever the hell I want. And I said, if you can do a better job with a review video of X-Plane 12, please do that video, do that review video, and I assure you that I'm going to go and watch that video. So I felt that I was a bit harsh, and I kind of, I think I have been a little harsh in my replies, and I need to stop doing that. So whoever that person was, if you are on stream this evening, and if you hear me, I do apologize if I was, you know, abrasive in any way, or if I was too harsh. That's okay. I think I need to just let things go sometimes, and sometimes I can't, because it's just really, it really does bother me. It's just so much effort and so much thought goes into making those videos. And even when I decide to do a live stream and do a review, I know, by the way, that if I did a 10-minute video, I would get a lot more views than if I did a live stream, especially when I'm doing reviews. But I do the live stream because I can answer a lot of questions there, and I probably don't have to go to the comment section. But no, that didn't prove very that didn't prove very correct in the last stream. No one better than QA doing this. I have known him for almost 10 years. Never a question about his ethics or integrity. Thank you very much, sir. I appreciate it very much, Rand. Thank you. German, thank you very much. Far Gomez, hello, my friend. Thank you very much for being here, and thank you for your support. Yeah, so anyway, if I've hurt anyone's feelings, I do apologize. I just strongly maintain that X-Plane 12 is an excellent flight simulator, and I still, until this very day, get a lot more fulfillment flying in X-Plane than I do in MSFS. I do enjoy MSFS, don't get me wrong, I love it, it's great, it looks phenomenal. The scenery, the clouds, the buildings, the streets, second to none in terms of the scenery. But X-Plane is not bad at all. And speaking of the clouds, here we can take a look at this beautiful scene of this Brussels Airbus on our way to Belgium. And this is actually looking very good. Look at that. Looks fantastic. Almost at our cruise altitude. Osama, thank you very much. I appreciate your comments. I appreciate your kind words, sir. Appreciate it. Yeah, this does look very good, I must say. Yeah, I do agree with you there. And it's, you know, FSLTL really adds to it. So you can see here the light there. I really do like FSLTL a lot. Now, after the last update, I actually forgot to turn off the film grain, and I turned it back off again, and that's how the clouds look so, you know, so realistic. As you can see here, even when I zoom in, you don't get that film grain. So just make sure that you turn it off. It's a value in the user config file. Just set that to 0 and you're good to go. All right. So this is actually not a very long flight. Let's put this here. Let's go and put this on status. Status is normal. Let's go back to return and go to our flight plan. So this is our top of climb. And we're going to put this on climb. Okay, so this is our climb. 31 nautical miles before top of descent. And should be actually a very short flight into Brussels. About 1 hour and 5 minutes total. We've already been flying for about maybe 18 minutes or so. I know I started the clock a bit early. So, yeah. Again, you can see the traffic. I like the fact. Let me bring this up for you guys here. So, let's see here. All right, so here you can see the traffic right there. Right, so the TCAS does work, which is cool. Only problem with X-Plane I've had is the lighting in the cockpit, but don't just mean X-Plane 12 buses. Yeah, it's a bit dark, I do agree. Hello, Pascal. Welcome aboard, my friend. Exploration team. Regards from France. Hello, Pascal. Glad to have you here from the beautiful country of France. And congratulations on winning the match against England. It was one of the most interesting and exciting games of the World Cup. Mr. Fer Gomez.
Thank you very much for your time and quality insights as always.
Thank you very much, sir, for your 20 euro super chat and your kind words. Mr. Gomez, I don't know what to say. I'm very thankful. Thank you, sir. Thank you for your kind words, for your generosity, and for your 20 euro super chat. Appreciate it very much, my friend. Thank you. As a pilot in real life, I can say that X-Plane 12, it is away from FS 2020. For Q8, people must give XP 12 time. It will get better and I love it. Absolutely. Pilot Peely, hello my friend, welcome aboard. Thank you very much, sir, for being here, for being a member, and for your kind words and support. I really appreciate you. Guys, if you don't know Pilot Peely, he's got an excellent channel on Twitch, so be sure to visit his Twitch channel and give him a few hundred likes and subscribes and follow him. He's a great folk, so I'm very much looking forward to Blue Simulation 757 fly-by-wire A380. I am too. I'm itching for the A380, to be honest. It's just an aircraft that I happen to adore. It's just so majestic. So, state of the sim. I think, guys, we, the flight simmers, are in for lots of treats with X-Plane 12. Microsoft Flight Simulator, and whichever sim you like, DCS if you like, kind of, combat simulation. But I think the fact that Laminar exists today, and with the advancement they've made in their flight model, I think that puts a lot of pressure on Asobo and Microsoft to continue to improve Microsoft Flight Simulator. And by the same token, with all the beautiful scenery, the depiction of clouds, and now the high fidelity aircraft, and the vast improvements in the flight model in Microsoft Flight Simulator, of course, in that specific area, they're definitely catching up with X-Plane, but they're not there yet in terms of the flight model. I think that also places a lot of pressure on Laminar to improve on their graphics. And so you have two great flight simulators excel in different areas, and those areas are the very reason those two companies are going to compete. They're going to do their best to keep improving both platforms, and that is going to be to our benefit. And if you think about it, you don't see Microsoft Flight Simulator and X-Plane are not subscription-based simulators, so you actually pay the price once, and all the improvements for the lifetime of the product is free. Now you can say X-Plane 10 came, then X-Plane 11 came, and you had to pay for X-Plane 11. That's because it's a brand new sim, and the same thing happens for X-Plane 12. Just like we paid for Microsoft Flight Simulator 98 for 2004. We paid again for FSX. We paid again for P3D, and now we're paying again for Microsoft Flight Simulator. So it's the same concept, but it's a one-time fee, which, in my view, is a really good bargain. So for the lifetime of the product, we're going to get all the updates for free, which is pretty cool. All right, so we can see ILS Yankee 25 right appearing here in the display. If we look at the the M.2, we can see that the top of descent is 137 miles. Beg your pardon, nautical miles. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to actually start putting our information in the. Why is it that we're stuttering? All right, now we're good. All right, so let's come here and let's see. Let's go to my flight, And we're going to scroll here and go for the arrival at Brussels. And 190 degrees, 4 knot wind, cloud and visibility okay, perfect. And no significant change in the next couple of hours. That's very encouraging. The weather was very bad yesterday, and I was hoping that we get nicer weather. On a test flight, I had to actually do an auto land because the visibility was terrible at Brussels. All right, so 130 nautical miles. Let's go to the next page. Let's see here. All right, so next phase and next phase, perfect. QNH is 1009, 1009, and that is now set. The temperature is, what is the temperature? Is it 0? Looks like that way. All right, we'll just put 0, that's fine. And 194 knots, 190.4 knots wind. That is set. Target altitude is 4,500 feet. VAP is 136. Now we can look here. We can come to the landing information. And let's see. We are going to hopefully be dry. Runway is, let's see. Runway 25 right. We'll select mid. Actually, we'll just put dry. Apply METAR. Right, the temperature is indeed 0 Celsius, so almost freezing temperature. And let's see. Landing weight. I have no clue. We need to get it from. We need to get it from the. That's in balance. We need to subtract, I think, whatever is left here. So we are going to estimate. We are halfway through. So I'm going to say, if we go to the init page and go to the next page, final reserve. So extra time about 1. All right. So we are going to deduct another 1,000. So that's 2,900. All right, and that means that the gross weight is going to be, let's say, about 60. All right, let's come back here. All right, and medium brake. Manual land, flaps full, auto throttle is on. All right, that's good. All right, I'm not sure if there is something here. Flaps 3, flaps full. Ah, it gives you, look at that, how it changes here. That's pretty cool. All right. Landing distance procedure. There is nothing. We don't need anything here. Yeah. All right. Oops. Connection lost. Hopefully it'll come back. UK Sim, hello my friend, welcome aboard. Alex, welcome aboard my friend. Thank you both for your generosity and being members here at the Q8 Pilot channel. Appreciate it, Alex and UK Sim. Q8, I am glad that all my orthos just work. Yeah, they do work, except at the coastlines. We have at least 2 amazing simulators to choose from. Laminar will keep MSFS on their toes. Yep. And vice versa. Can only be good for all. Absolutely, Pilot Peely. Very well said, sir. That is exactly right. Connection to online services has been restored. Thank you very much, MSFS. Thank you. I'm streaming, so please be kind to me. All right. Let's take a look here at the top of descent is in 97 nautical miles. And the reason why sometimes we get jitters, look at all the traffic around us. There's a lot of traffic. Let's take a look here. Yeah, look at that. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Wow, that's a lot of traffic. 6, 7, 8. Yeah, there's definitely a lot of traffic around the aircraft. Here's a nice wing view for you guys. Ooh, look at that. That's very dangerous. He's just flying right ahead of us there. We're on a collision course with this aircraft. Look at that. Well, thankfully he just passed without incident. That's pretty close. Wow. That was pretty close, guys. Alright, so a few more nautical miles and we'll begin our descent. I'm going to go ahead and reset the MCP altitude to 2,000 feet, which is the initial approach altitude at Brussels, Belgium. Excellent. Are you using FSLTL in this stream for traffic? Yes, Osama, I am using FSLTL. That is correct. And quite frankly, I love it. I think it's pretty good. It's just sometimes when you have a lot of IFR flights, it tends to kind of, you know, causes some pauses sometimes and some stutters every now and then. Nothing too serious though. Not an immersion breaker, but yeah, sometimes it does kind of act up. All right, we are approximately 37 minutes into our flight, and we are 75 nautical miles from top of descent. Everything's looking good. I like it too, but in ME region, like Abu Dhabi or Dubai, it shows many white liveries most of the time. Osama, what you can do to prevent that from happening is if you run the settings. So when you get the command prompt and you run the settings, the last couple of questions will ask you if you want the blank models to appear. Select for disable. So select yes and yes for the last two questions, and those models will not appear. So if it's a blank livery, it will not appear. Those are just for, you know, models of aircraft that there is no a corresponding model in FSLTL, so they haven't developed the models for it. So what you can do is just disable both of them. The last two questions, just say answer yes and yes, and you will never see those whites again. It will reduce the number of aircraft that are shown, but that can always be countered by increasing the number of IFR flights. You're most welcome, Osama. Enjoy it. Have you ever looked at anywhere in China on Google Maps? It's kind of funny because everything is deliberately offset because only Chinese companies can make accurate maps. You'll see roads and the river. Really? No, I've never taken notice of that, I must say. But that's very interesting. I'll be sure to check this out for sure. Right, let's enjoy some external views, guys. Here we go. As we make our way to Brussels. There were some nice views for you guys. Yeah, definitely. The reflection, the lighting overall, the lighting engine in Microsoft Flight Simulator is very, very good. I must say it's excellent. It's really very well done. The sounds as well are very well done. I think the technology that they use allows them to record the sounds from the real aircraft and bring them to the sim. The same thing goes for the photoreal textures. I think that is something they can do in Microsoft Flight Simulator, and the engine allows for you to create some just really superb 3D models, which is one of the things I really like in Microsoft Flight Simulator. All right, let's take a look here at, I can see the top of descent mark here, so we're going to go to the M.2 real quick, and 48 nautical miles before top of descent, so we're almost there now, and it looks like we're going to be on time, 42 minutes, and if we minus that taxi time we took, maybe 5 minutes, so we are at about 37 minutes. And the total flight time to Brussels is 1 hour and 5 minutes. Let's see if we can, if we can achieve that and bring our passengers on time on this trip. Hopefully we can. Our next stream, folks, is definitely going to be an X-Plane 12 stream. And I am debating whether we should do one of the Flight Factor Boeings or should do the Flight Factor Airbus A320. There has been updates to the 757, the 7 and the 767. And the 767 looks fantastic. Now they've made some changes. The 764, the Dash 400 looks very, very good. They've made a lot of improvements to the textures inside the cockpit, and it just looks amazing. Flight Factor Boeing, you got it, Rand. It's done. Done deal. Hello, my friend. Hello. I'm sorry I missed the beginning. Just got in. No worries at all, my friend. Thanks for being here. I appreciate it. And thanks for your membership of the channel, for your support. Thank you very much. I appreciate it. I stopped X-Plane after 11. Do they still have jar design on X-Plane 12? Yeah, the jar design A330 has been made compatible with X-Plane 12. I do not recommend the jar design A330 or the A319 or 20. He's a great guy. The developer is a great guy. Just the aircrafts are not worth the money in my view. And if you want a really good Airbus for X-Plane, I would not go anything. I would not go beyond Tolis. Tolis aircraft are the best Airbuses for X-Plane, hands down. It's better even than the flight factor A320. So you've got a variety of them. You've got the A319, you've got the A321, and you've got the A340. All three are excellent aircraft. So I would recommend that you stick to those if you like to fly Airbus in X-Plane 12. All right, looks like our next stream is going to be the 764 by Flight Factor. And should be fun. Yeah, I'll pick a nice route for you guys. Maybe somewhere in the US of A. And we'll have a blast with the 764. Huge aircraft, and it looks a lot like the 777, which happens to be, by the way, my absolute favorite aircraft. So yeah. And after the 777, yeah, exactly. I just love the 777. So hopefully we'll have the 777 and the 77X for MSFS by PMDG. The Tailstrike A321 for X-Plane 12 seems it needs some further work. I have not found the XP12 version as good as the XP11 version. I'm not sure why, but I cannot say that I have the same issue. No, I felt that the A321 is excellent. Now, the A321 and the A319 cockpit textures are immaculate. The A340, on the other hand, still needs work in my view. They are working on it. I've seen improvements. However, I still feel that it needs a lot of work in order to make it, the high fidelity that we expect from Taurus, again, considering the price of the aircraft. And that is going to remain one point I continue to criticize on the Taurus. I know that the aircraft has a very intricate fuel system, and everything has been simulated, hydraulics, and the depth of system simulation is absolutely crazy in the Taurus A340. But I will strongly maintain that if Taurus wants that asking price of $89, they absolutely have to fix the sounds by default, and they have to fix the textures. That is just out of the question. In order for me to recommend the A340 to anyone, I will say that it is way overpriced. And if I'm going to pay $89, I better get beautiful sounds, just really sounds from, the real aircraft, or F-mod sounds that very closely resembles the real aircraft, and the textures has to be spot on. There is no excuse for for not having proper sounds, proper textures, and charging $89 for the aircraft, even if it's used for real life training. I don't care. That is my view, because for flight simmers, it's very different from real world pilots, and I don't think that the A340 was built for real world pilots. I think it was built for us flight simmers. And for the flight simmers, it's going to matter too much, way too much, in fact. The sounds and the textures will matter for us, so they ought to fix it. All right, top of descent is here, and let's go ahead and initiate a nav descent towards Brussels. And we have also today a flight control replay, so we can record our approach and landing. I bought it at a discount, so I was happy. That's very cool that you got it at a discount. I'm happy that you're happy. But I've had a lot of people ask me, which tools should we get? Now, the one I would recommend is the A319 or the A321. More maybe the A319. Again, I seriously, now the textures, by the way, on both are superb. The sounds not so good, but I can overlook the sounds a little bit because the aircraft overall the overall look and feel of the aircraft is actually pretty good. So I can probably overlook the sounds a little bit. I know there are sound packs for all 3 aircraft. The Taurus free sound pack sounds a lot better, by the way, than the Mango Studio sound pack for the A340. So don't waste your money on the Mango Studio sound pack for the Taurus A340. Stick with the free sound mod. It's much better in my view, much better, and it's free. But yeah, the A319 has beautiful textures. A320 has nice textures. The sounds are not so great on both, but then there is the Neo upgrade for the A321 with the sound pack, and those also cost a lot of money. And while I do appreciate the effort in making the sound packs, and they are wonderful add-ons in their own right, I just don't think that, you know, I go and pay this hefty price for an add-on, and then I have to pay additional $20 for a sound pack. Is it worth it for me? Yes, it's worth it because, you know, I just like to listen to the nice sounds. To me, it's very immersive. But for the casual simmer, you know, if you're going to invest in something above $50, it's better have nice sounds. I mean, let me give you an example of the Airbus Phenom 300. That aircraft is actually under 50. I think, what is it, $30-$40, and the sounds are just outstanding. The texturing, the sounds, the fidelity, the system simulation, and that is the kind of standard that we ought to follow. And I think the developers ought to follow this standard of developing high fidelity models. The texturing has to be perfect. You know, no jagged lines in your texture work. If you're going to charge, of course, I understand there are some $20 add-ons that look much better than the textures, for example, on the Taurus, right? On the A340. So yeah, so those are my thoughts on that. Thank you very much for smashing that like button for me. Appreciate it. Thank you. It was the A340 for $67. Yeah, it's not bad. 67 is not bad. Still, I think it's a little too much, to be very honest with you. And I think if they take the price down to 60, I can overlook maybe the sounds. And if they take it down to 50, maybe I'll also overlook the textures. And I'll say, yeah, maybe I'll invest in a sound pack that costs $20. But at 89, with bad textures and bad sounds, no, that doesn't work. It doesn't fit. It doesn't fit. All right. So, folks, if we look at our M.2 here, we are about 72 nautical miles from our destination, and we are almost there, descending through 28,000 for 2,000. So we are looking good. Let's take a look at the outside real quick. As you can see, this is a beautiful scene here as we approach Brussels. Look at that, guys. Do you remember the gate that we've selected? Was it 206F or something? I can't recall. The one that we selected back when we were at Prague. Kostas, hello, my friend. Welcome aboard. My favorite airliner, my all-time favorite airliner, is the Boeing 777. Yeah, Alex, A320 plus Neo upgrade equals 120 USD. That's a lot of money. So for the price of the aircraft, I think it should, that sound pack, the Neo upgrade is okay. So I'm okay with the Neo upgrade costing what it cost. But the A321 on its own must have excellent textures, which it does. I must say, but it must have excellent sounds. Excellent sounds. And out of the box, it does not have excellent sounds. It needs that sound pack. It's an excellent plane. Absolutely. Hey, Rand, again, lots of things in common there, huh? It is a high study level aircraft without a doubt, and it is an aircraft that I absolutely adore, but the A340 no, it's not cheap. I agree with you. And again, my expectation... Now, by the way, my expectations have really changed with the development of add-ons. And the more, you know, high-fidelity add-ons that we see, my expectation is going to change. And the way I approach my reviews is going to change as well. And the standards will never go down. They will always go up. And if we look now at, for example, Aerobask. Aerobask has never released an aircraft that doesn't look good. They've never released an aircraft that does not have perfect F-mode sounds. Yeah, I mean, sometimes they're not perfect, but I mean, all the sounds are immersive sounds. They're not necessarily realistic, but they are very immersive. And they don't really charge you an arm and a leg. And so, yes, the aircraft, the type of aircraft that they develop are not as complex as the you know, as the Tolus, or for example as the Flight Factor, but nevertheless, I think when you look at their package, like the aircraft, the system simulation, the sounds, the textures, I've never hesitated in buying any aircraft, by the way, and that's because I create content. I review it for you guys. But if I'm looking at the average flight simmer, when they go and take a look at something like the Tolus, for example, and they look at, let's compare the Tolus A321 with, let's say, the MD-11, which is, again, quite expensive, right? And it came with a lot of issues on release. But nonetheless, they fixed all of the issues, most of the issues, I would say. But the texturing and the sounds are great. So if those two aircrafts were actually priced, let's say both of them exactly at $80, the MD-11 by Rotate and the Tolus A340, let's suppose that both were priced at $70, which one would you pick? That would be the question. And I think for the average flight simmer, they're going to go with something that gives them more immersion. And in this case, it probably would be the MD-11. So, yeah. I've got 8 Aerobask aircraft. Wow! I think I've got all of them, Rand. I think, yeah, I did get all of them. Complexity, graphics, sounds. Yeah. That I agree with. And support Trump's. All right, we're down to 19,000 for 2,000, and we can still see a lot of AI traffic there in the vicinity. But let's take a look at the outside. Guys, look at this. Wow. One of the things I like about Microsoft Flight Simulator is how the terrain looks from high altitude. Love it. Yeah, it looks like there is definitely clouds as we approach Brussels, but hopefully we'll have good visibility to land the aircraft manually. We'll see. Question: when do you think the final release for X-Plane will take effect? Well, according to Laminar Research, it's going to be in December. We are at release candidate 3, and there are a few issues remaining to be ironed out. So my hunch is that they are looking very good for a December release, but it's probably going to be towards probably the end of December. So today we are December 11th. So I would say maybe around Christmas time is when the final release is going to be, or the official release is going to be announced. You're most welcome, sir. And thank you for being here. Arrow Knowledge asks, Q8, what is your... Ah, I answered that already. Sorry. Hello from Georgia. Maybe next time you will have the time to do a cargo G.Skill 747-200 flight from Tbilisi, is it? Tbilisi? Tbilisi? For sure. Yeah, it would be my pleasure to fly in Georgia. Yeah. That would be interesting because I think, see, it helps me a lot when you guys give me suggestions because then I fly to places I've never flew before. And then I like to read a little bit about, you know, those countries and those areas. And I learned quite a bit about, you know, different cultures and, you know, different ethnic backgrounds. And that is something I have a lot of interest in. So yeah, guys, thank you, really. This really makes my experience worthwhile on YouTube. No rare knowledge. No worries at all, my friend. Welcome back. One of the things I've changed and noticed is that my upload speed, I have a 100 megabyte upload and download speed, 100 megabyte per second. Now the download gets really affected when I'm flying Microsoft Flight Simulator, but the upload normally is not used. So I cranked up my outputs rate for the stream, and I am not getting any problems now with the you know, connection dropping and frames dropping and things like that, because I am streaming at 60 FPS. So I think I've hit that sweet spot for you know, for the internet connection, which is, by the way, still remains highly unreliable in Kuwait. Well, it's good, it's okay, but it's just not like the US and Europe. But it's fairly decent. Stream rock solid today. Thanks very much, Rand. Yeah, I think it's the settings I've made, the changes that I've made, makes the connection a lot better. So it gives it a more stable, more stable stream. Right, 11,000. We're getting pretty close now to our destination, and it looks like there's some haze there. Yeah, so visibility isn't going to be that great, it looks like. All right, we're approaching 10,000 feet. Let's go ahead and turn on the landing lights. Landing lights are on, and nose light to take off. Runway turn off lights. Wing lights are on. And we're going to turn on the passenger, the non-smoking and fasten seatbelt signs on in preparation. This is the runway right there, and we are approaching 10,000 feet. Our speed is currently 230 knots, which is the below the maximum allowable speed under 10,000 feet, which is 250 knots. So we're looking good. About 1 hour and 3 minutes into the flight. So we are almost on. We're going to be just a little bit late. So if I subtract the taxi time of 5 minutes, that gives us 1 hour. And the total time is 1 hour and 5 minutes. So we're going to be just slightly late. So hopefully our passengers won't be upset. And hopefully all passengers will be able to make their connecting flights at Brussels. Benelux is under a thick blanket. Is it so, Alex? Yeah. For those who make orthos, a new ortho for XP will be made for the new water stuff in XP. So if you are making orthos now, you might want to wait a bit. Yeah, that is true. Correct. What is wrong with this? Right. And what is wrong with this guy? Thanks, Rand. Thanks for taking care of it. All right, so we are approaching approaching Brussels now, ladies and gentlemen. As you can see, the weather isn't exactly what I'd like. We are at 5,000, and let's go ahead and configure the aircraft now. We're going to set the auto brake to medium, and the speed brake is armed, and everything else is good. We are at 2,000 here is set, so we're looking good there. And we're going to turn on the landing system on both sides. Right, we are slightly below here. That is okay. So we're a bit too high. But we are reducing our speed. Right, we're looking okay. And we're going to go ahead and hit the approach button here. Let's see what the... we'll see how things look as we approach the airport. Right, bear reference. Let's see here. There we go. 1009 is set. And we are lining up with the runway now. Glide slope is active. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to come here now before we forget. And we're going to say connect. Right, we are connected, and let's record. And we're going to select, let's see here. We're going to call this EBBR for Brussels, and we are now recording. Perfect. I can remove that now. And let's see here. All right, speed is decreasing. And speed check flaps 1. Right, we're looking good. I still don't have a visual. And let's go ahead and lower the landing gear. Landing gear is coming down. Right, we continue to reduce our speed. There we go. Speed check, flaps 2. Speed checked, flaps 3. I still can't see a thing. Speed check, flaps full. I really can't see much, so we can either do an auto land or we can rely on the instruments. You might be able to see the runway now. I think I'm good. I think I can see the runway now. Right, no blues. We're clear to land. I think I can barely see the runway. We are stable. Yeah, I can definitely see the runway now. Alright, 70. And my aircraft, autopilot disconnected.
$500.
Flight slope. Flight slope.
40,
Too low. Terrain.
30, 20, retard, 10, 5.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Brussels, Belgium. We're going to take the next taxiway. What a beautiful airport. By the way, this is, again, the airport is Mega Airport Brussels by Airsoft. One of the nicest airports developed for Microsoft Flight Simulator. And here's the outside. Here we came to this part. And yeah, that's fine. We can just make the turn here. Look at this beautiful airport, folks. I can't recall the gate number that we've selected. Alright, we're just going to bring it here. I can't recall really the stand that we've selected back at... Guys, look at how beautiful this airport is as we come in to park the aircraft at the gate here. Our stand 146, that will do it. Alright, parking brake is set. And what we'll do is, do you guys want me to do the onboarding or do the replay? Alright, well, let's do the replay. Let's come here to, we're going to stop the recording. And then we're gonna load. We're gonna load EBBR. And it looks like it loaded the flight. You can click
Terrain
play.
ahead. Pull up.
Right. And here we go. I think we can bring FCR and click here. Just gonna bring it a little closer to the runway. That's good. And play. Look at this beautiful wing view here as we come into land. That was a very buttery landing, I must say. Yeah. That was definitely a butter landing. All right, let's do a wing view, shall we? We're going to go back to FCR. And let's see here. We're going to take it back a little bit. I like this version of FCR a lot. Alright, here we go. Do that. Let's remove that. And here's another wing view. Very smooth. Love it. Oh yeah. How about we do one more time? Yeah, I really like this. I really like this approach a lot. So I'm gonna do it one more time. And here we go, play. Let's remove that. Oops. And there you have it, ladies and gentlemen. Our flight. By the way, this airport is again a very, very detailed airport. I really like Brussels. It's an excellent airport, and yeah. Here maybe we can. I think it will stop the aircraft every time we hit the A button. So we'll just wait for it. Just look at this airport again. Beautiful rendition of Brussels by Aerosoft. There we go. We can take a look here. Very, very detailed airport. And this one has the people actually moving around and everything's animated. So it just looks fantastic. Look at that. I've never been to Brussels, so I really can't vouch for how detailed it is. But this looks sensational. Just look at that. Very, very nice indeed. Really nice airport. Yeah, looks fantastic. Here we are. By the way, can do one thing. The FCR will continue to replay until we actually stop. So what we can do is we can do the following, something kind of like I explained. So let me increase the speed here a little bit. And we can set the aircraft, we can set the camera view right here. And then we can bring up FCR. And we can say, so it's not playing, so let's do that. So if we bring it there, oops. So there we go. That didn't work very well, did it? Oh well. Well, folks, this is pretty much what I wanted to share with you in this live stream. I hope that you've enjoyed our flight today aboard this Brussels Airlines service from Prague to Brussels. I definitely enjoyed being with you this evening, and it's been really a lot of fun flying the Fenix, throughout this route. I think it's a nice route to fly. And I thoroughly enjoyed both sceneries of Tailstrike Designs as well as Mega Airport Brussels by Airsoft. If you have any questions, as usual, please do post them in the comment section below. I want to thank you all very much for tuning in and for being with me this evening. Thank you very much, Rand and Carl, for moderating the chat. Thank you for all the channel members. Thank you for all the donations, the super chats. And thank you for being great audience. Thank you very much, guys. It's time for me to hit the sack and call it a day. So until next time, please take care of yourselves and each other. And I will see you all very soon. Thanks for tuning in, and bye-bye for now.